All right, yes, welcome to this awesome edition of Las Películas Sábados Gigantes.
So gonna take two?
Just can I get a two? No,
Take
I
two.
can't.
No.
And just just as sort of some kind of self-punishment.
You gotta say what happened.
You gotta cop up to it.
Just to make this part of the record, we've been podcasting. We thought we were podcasting for the last 23 minutes, and I actually didn't fucking hit record. So we lost some really sweet material that we're probably inevitably going to try to rush through now.
Well, but hey, maybe it'll be better the second time through.
I don't know,
It's like
because
a
we
first
can't
draft.
recreate his rant about Jason and the dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no,
God.
you know what? Actually, maybe I didn't want that in there anyways.
Dude,
And
whatever.
I
I
would
can't.
love that.
I can't be
Green
the only
dinosaurs.
one just fucking blasting him.
Well, okay, look, do you really want me to do it again? Because I could very easily. I
Dude,
suppose.
it'll come up. It'll
it's
come
still
up again.
fucking irritating. So...
What's teal?
yeah.
Don't force it. Don't force it. It'll come up on its own.
So, yes, this is Las Películas Sábados Gigantes at the Cine Marijuana Theater, where we are celebrating and podcasting about the brand new theme, which started tonight. We're a movie group that watches stuff, and our new theme, which begins tonight, is You Blew It Oscar, which is all films that were nominated for a Best Picture Oscar and did not win.
But should have.
But, well, yeah, okay, yes, that's,
In the pickers.
That's personal opinion, yes.
Or
else Oscar didn't blow
Well,
us.
actually, no, hang on, though. Man, that's adding into the layer shit
You know
that I
what
didn't
we
even fucking
should do?
consider.
We've
We
only
should
mentioned that like
ask-
every single time.
Are you serious?
If people
Why do you
thought
think
that the
it's-
movie should have one instead of the movie that didn't.
That's the good part about wasting the last 23 minutes.
You mean that didn't even cross your mind?
How else
I thought that
is
was
it-
like the whole essence
How else
of
is
this
it you
shit.
blew
I
an
didn't.
Oscar if the movie shouldn't have won?
I thought we were just being
Two
cute.
people that
Shouldn't have
picked the
been you
theme
did
are
right,
arguing about the
Oscar.
theme.
John,
You done good, Oscar.
Go take over that goddamn chair right now.
Hey,
yeah,
Oscar,
well, and
you
I
did
will
all
say
right.
that I'm
and
pretty sure.
here's an also acceptable movie.
I
Well,
thought
and-
we were being cute.
And then obviously it's up to the picker's personal opinion, but yeah, like
That
I
was
said,
a lot of peas.
that did don't practice your alliteration on me. But yeah, I only mention that pretty much every single time this has come up.
Excellent. Okay, so that's actually, I was totally just trolling you guys right now, by the way. That's what's really going on.
Okay, well, anyways,
So tonight our film was The Wolf of Wall Street from 2013. It's selected by two-time in a row winner Kenzie. She won the first time. This is the second theme in a row, second series. that
I
she's
called
won.
it too.
The first,
I said I was gonna win.
yeah,
first
she
pick.
did.
And also to note that it was our longest film at 3 hours, or 2 hours,
You're
59
welcome.
minutes, and 52 seconds.
Even my double feature would have fit inside that.
Yeah, it was lengthy.
It almost could almost have warranted an intermission. It was so long.
You know, they don't do this anymore.
They don't. But if this movie had to come out like 30 years ago, 40 years ago,
Yeah.
I bet you would have had one.
Yeah. So now
Where would have it taken place?
it would
I
have
bet you there's a
taken.
point about halfway through. Like if you watch
What
it with
about where he
like a
blacked
counter
out?
on.
What about with the lemons? When he
actually blacked out before he
wakes
woke
on
back
the
up,
couch?
yeah.
I don't know. So let's mention really quick, as it is You Blew It Oscar. Wolf of Wall Street was nominated in 2013 alongside these other fine films: Philomena, Nebraska, Her, Gravity, Dallas Buyers Club, Captain Phillips, American Hustle, and they all lost to 12 Years a Slave. Yes. So, longest film at 3 hours. Let's just I suppose we haven't done introductions yet because I'm all fucked up from
Technically we
being
have,
stupid.
but-
Yeah.
This will be the third time.
This will be
today.
yes. It's been a long one, guys. All right, so let's introduce ourselves clockwise, starting with me going to the left, which is clockwise, anyways. I'm Ed.
I'm Zeb.
I'm Lenny. I'm John.
I'm Kenzie.
I'm missing Chris.
I'm Chris. oh wait, I'm Matt.
R.I.P. Chris. Yeah. Wow. It's like I pulled a Chris by blundering this fucking thing up.
Looks like you pulled a Chris.
R.I.P. Chris. So let's talk Wolf of Wall Street then, shall we? Because this was a fun film, and that's what this is all about. So Starting with you, Zeb.
No, starting with Kenzie.
Oh, yeah.
She's got to say why she picked this film.
right.
You know, I have absolutely no idea why she picked this film, and I'm sure you are all just as interested as I am to find out why.
Yes, totally. In fact,
I am on the edge of my
I was so interested to find out, I totally fucking forgot to ask.
You know what? That's it. He's in charge now.
That's okay. Kenzie, please tell us why you picked this film, and because clearly I need to smoke more weed.
You're gonna get voted off the island.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're smoking pre-98 Bubba Kush.
Yes, yummy.
Tonight.
Because that'll help you stay awake.
It will. Well, the problem isn't me falling the fuck asleep. No, I'm kidding.
So why'd you pick it?
Kenzie? Yes.
Okay.
Why? What goes on?
So I picked it like an hour before movie week.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
That's interesting news.
Yeah.
Continue.
And it was between The Help and Captain Phillips. Oh, I'll reveal that other one too.
Oh,
The Help.
hey, dude, benefit
New
to the
material.
second take.
Yeah.
Dude, my dumbass points just decreased.
What a twist.
I don't know about that.
Man, shut up.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like when you would do a mission on GTA and then fail, and then you do it again, and like little things are like different, like
Yeah.
the dialogue's slightly different, and like it's like
Yeah, you know, it's actually kind of reminded me of the time like I was hanging out with two other friends and we were like starving and there was only one freezer pizza in the house and like a dunce, I baked it with the cardboard underneath it.
what does that have to do with this at all?
I'm just I'm just trying to say I blew it again.
I gotcha.
You
This
blew it,
is like
Ted.
this is the podcasting equivalent of baking the pizza with the cardboard.
Did you discover it before or after you ate some?
After, which was the most hilarious
Because
part.
I could see if you cut deep enough, you could totally slice through the cardboard. without
Wow,
even
this
noticing.
Well,
crust is
actually,
like really hard to cut
that-
through.
This crust is like cardboard.
That
Yeah.
makes me even more of an asshole because I couldn't help but laugh my ass off as like they told me how awful it tasted. Like I just totally remember like Jim like being like just chewing with this like hideous like look on his face.
You know
He's
that-
like, it tastes like a goddamn paper mill.
That is no joke, honestly, essentially a Three Stooges bit.
Yeah.
Like you created a real life Three Stooges bit. It's
Yes.
it's like when they like substitute glue for fucking maple syrup
Right.
or like paint for like coffee, and it's like, hey, like this coffee tastes like paint. It's like, oh, that's because it is paint, Mo.
Yeah. There was nobody there to slap me though.
It's like you were curly. I
Well,
guess.
get over here. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
care of
You
that
were
right
saying-
You
now.
would
Actually,
have been the
good thing.
curly in that situation.
Yes, I would have. So, Kenzie, tell us why, because I'm very curious. Did you select The Wolf of Wall Street over Captain Phillips or
The help.
The Help?
the hep.
Because
I was going to not make that joke.
Sorry.
okay, because that one we watched the trailers for all of them ahead of time, and that one
Yes.
grabbed me the most.
Okay.
All right, Zeb, you're up.
So this was like this was like a pick for you. You weren't trying to impress anybody.
Yeah, this
you
was a
wanted
me
to-
pick. Thanks.
You want to see this movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing just about everybody here but you, me, and Condi had seen this movie before. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know that for a fact.
Including
Yeah.
Jason Land.
But yeah,
And he
if-
loved
if,
this movie.
If I was to take a vote, Jason Land gives it 5 stars. By the way,
Does
said
he?
said that right before he ran out.
Awesome.
No, he didn't.
He probably will though, because I know he liked it.
Well, I hope so because it will show he's human.
There was enough man ass for him.
Yeah, there's
there
enough
was.
CNA in it
there
for
was
him.
a CNA.
Oh, and not
B&A.
enough cock in it.
There was enough balls and
CBNA.
ass. There was enough sack in it for him. There was enough John A. Hill masturbating in it for him. All right, so let's start once again doing this over. Zeb, tell us about.
so quickly.
I know. Tell us about the Wolf of Wall Street.
Came out, liked it, saw it again. Old people left
Immediately,
I saw it again.
you did the
immediately.
fucking turn. You just didn't even exit the turnstile. You
I
just
did
was
the
like,
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier turn back into the movie theater to
Yes.
see it again at 10 o'clock. Didn't get out until 2 in the morning, so that was cool. Watched it every night for about a couple of months, 2 months, 3 months.
did it help you? Was his motivational speeches? Did they help improve the
No,
quality of your
I
life?
just like
Did you
Margot Robbie.
did you ever learn how to sell a pen?
No, I never learned how to sell a pen because I don't
Damn.
fucking sell pens.
God damn it! I really need a pen right now. Oh wait, holy God.
Oh,
Supply and
you
demand.
Sold yourself. But really enjoyed the movie, the acting, the soundtrack.
Yes, which we had a lengthy unrecorded discussion about.
Yeah, about.
And I got very long-winded.
Enjoy the performances too. Jonah Hill, Leonardo DiCaprio,
John A. Hill with those Jerry Lewis teeth.
Yeah, Rob Reiner,
Yes.
Jon Favreau.
Rob Reiner's first acting role since 2003.
Get out of here!
Too. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
What was he in?
first role
Emma
that
and
he
Me?
wasn't him since 2003. It's the first time he's played a fictional character other than himself. He only,
you mean
he always
like
plays
he's-
himself. He always plays Rob Reiner in
Wasn't
everything.
He like Billy Crystal's
Really?
agent in some movie.
I don't know.
Throw him on the
All
train. I don't
IMDb
know.
said is
That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
man.
That was before
What
2003.
was her name? Anne Murray and
Ramsey?
Anne Ramsey. That's it. No, Anne.
Alan, it is a Pepsi. The night was
Wow.
sultry.
That is scary good.
How much funnier would it have been if it was Anne Murray?
But yeah, I think this movie deserved to win over 12 Years a Slave. I'm actually one of the few that hated 12 Years a Slave, and I know not many people want to say that because you'll be accused of racism.
Well,
I'm sorry, I'm dark. I could say whatever I want.
yeah, I haven't seen it to be able to comment, but
Basically, it's white guilt, white guilt, white guilt. Oh, massa, white guilt, white guilt.
okay.
Oh, slavery's bad. White guilt, white guilt.
Because
Cry.
I understand, like, in public, like, people that are hesitant to say stuff because there's always a backlash from stupid people. But I don't think that should put a film. I don't think that should put a film above critical analysis.
Yeah, there was nothing new. That was the thing. There was nothing new about this movie. You could pull out any slave movie from the past 80 years, and it's the same damn thing. Give me something new, like Django Unchained.
Right.
I would
Yes.
prefer that slave movie over this slave movie.
Yes.
Any day of the week.
Me too, obviously, as I went and saw one many times and didn't see the other ever at all.
Yeah.
So,
So five stars for me. Very rare. It is one of those movies I could watch right after I finish watching it.
yes.
And I have multiple times.
Yes.
So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. John.
Excellent.
Are you recording?
I hope so.
Are we live?
No.
Wait.
No, I'm kidding. Are we live? Yeah.
And Ed, the Rob Reiner
it's
thing,
going.
it says Rob Reiner's first live-action feature film fictional role, i.e., not appearing as himself since Alex
That's
and
a
Emma
lot
in
of
03.
modifiers. That's like if I try to tell Yelp, like, I want, like, a Japanese restaurant in Escondido under fucking $15 a person, like, open 24 hours. That allows smoking, and I can bring my own booze.
I'd go there every day.
Where's this place at?
Yeah, I know.
This magical restaurant you described is amazing.
That doesn't exist. John.
Yeah, well, I'm
Oh,
getting a
gas station.
sense of deja vu here, but yeah, no, I really like this movie.
I don't want gas station pizza.
It's a real roller coaster ride you go on. Even though he ends up losing in the end, it's almost like you're talking about like the Hays Code thing. Like he
Right.
had to lose in the end.
Because otherwise they're glorifying it.
Right. But man, it's like he's on
It's
such
pretty
a
glorified.
Well, and that's
It's pretty fucking
like,
glorified.
I swear, like the movie makes you want to smoke crack. Like that one scene where him and John A. Hill are smoking crack. It's like, man, like they're really having a good time smoking that crack. And it's like you want to be one of these guys. Like you wish that you could get that
dude,
kind of money.
fuck yeah!
Like or even God, even just a small portion of that money. Like okay, like when after he does the blow at the beginning and he throws the crumpled 100 out into the wastebasket. It's like, can I be the janitor who empties that wastebasket?
Yeah,
that's the only piece of your world I need.
Yeah, no
just
shit.
that little bit would be like enough. So yeah,
How
you
much
really.
bodily fluid you're going to be dealing with.
Hey, I'm just gonna spend it, man. I'm just
Let's
gonna
spend the first bucket's worth on a hazmat suit.
lots
Shit.
of gloves. But no, I said I was going to only empty that bucket. That's what I wanted to do is just empty that
Just
bucket.
your-
not
okay,
clean up anything else.
Well, you still. I mean, I
But,
bet there's all kinds of like spunk flying into it.
It's also his spunk, his sperm
That's-
dumpster.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if not into the hookers, it's got to go. So
Well, he pays extra to not wear a rubber, right?
He's got to empty his balls into something.
Yeah, hey, the plan made him horny. But yeah, it's a really fun movie. It's definitely. I mean, I wasn't surprised to hear that it did almost get an NC-17. I gotta believe that
Yes.
they were one like nutsack away from crossing
Yeah,
that
that's
line.
it. There was too much.
Even
bell end
and even
on
to the point where
display.
like they had to cut some back. So it's it's not a movie for everybody. I guess if you're easily offended.
Yes,
About drug
because
use
Zeb remarked earlier
or
too
nudity.
that the senior citizens who flocked to see it on opening day also flocked to exit.
Well, yeah, and I think
before
there's
the movie's over.
this sort of level of prestige that Oscar movies have, where you could almost think it's the kind of thing that like your mother could go see or whatever. And,
Yeah, but no.
but not with this. I mean, not even though I think actually our parents did go see this, but
I can't imagine Mom would have liked it.
I don't think she did.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's not a fan of drugs, I guess. But yeah, I would give it 4 stars, and it's fun to see. It's 3 hours long, and even though it's weird, even though you're aware of the length, it's never slow.
Mm-hmm.
You
sure.
Yeah, I mean, you barely get a chance to catch your breath. The lulls are very
Yeah.
brief, and there's so much stuff going on. Like obviously it's like the sun was up and we started, and like now it's almost midnight and it's
Yeah.
ending, so you know it's been a while, but it doesn't drag or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it 4 stars. Good movie.
All right. Kenzie, your pick?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I really like this movie, and it's definitely my favorite movie of the theme so far.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I definitely concur.
Yeah. But no, I really liked it, as expected. And I said it on the unrecorded podcast, but I didn't know how long it was before I picked it.
Yes.
And I probably wouldn't have had I known that. But
Man, I'm
even
so
with-
glad you didn't know that. You should never look at that.
I
Yeah,
know.
don't even take that into consideration, really, I guess.
Well, because
you
long
would have
movies
been like,
turn
oh,
me off.
Well, yeah, and then you would have not seen something totally rad.
Exactly. So, yeah, it was good.
Any other thoughts on that?
No, I'm
No?
so tired.
What would you give it?
How many stars?
Oh, probably 4 stars, maybe 5 stars.
Who would you rather bang in this movie?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he's not one of the choices.
But
John A.
oh.
Hill or Rugrat?
Oh, Jonah Hill, definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
With or without the sunglasses?
it doesn't matter. That's not like gonna be a difficult thing for me to try to do. Like
Okay.
I'd be
Purple
into
and
that.
teal
I like
sweater.
him. He's cool.
Yeah. Huge slam on Rugrat. I know. Leave him looking like Palmer Scott. sitting on there.
Palmer Scott.
So, how many stars?
4 or 5, but it really did make me want to do drugs.
Yeah.
So like we should do more drugs next time.
Yeah, we should.
You know
I'll
what
just
really
get a
wanted
huge
me
bag
to-
of
to
cocaine.
Make me to use drugs was blow.
Yeah.
I'll just.
You know, after
Oh
watching
yeah,
that-
no, yeah, totally. Same thing. And well, it's like how I can't watch a movie where people are smoking weed and not want to smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they're smoking. Like, what are we doing? Like, light the fuck up. So no, I get that. There's a definite, Pavlovian thing going on there. All right, so 4 or 5 stars. Perfectamundo. Condi, what did you think of The Wolf of the Wall Street?
I know I'm going to get fucking beat up. I did not like this movie at all.
What?
I liked the first quarter of the movie, and after that, I just fucking shoot me in the head, man.
Condi's the new Kenzie.
I sensed. I sort
You
of,
are out of the bone zone.
I sort of sensed your dissatisfaction.
Dude,
a
I
little bit.
could not. I mean, I almost couldn't laugh at like 90% of the movie because it was just so fucking sad and repetitive. It's the same fucking thing, and everybody's talking about the Hays Code and everything like that. It's like, no, he lost at the end because he chose to lose at the end. Because
Yeah, he
like
could've
every
stepped down,
rich
yeah.
motherfucker that there is out there, they think their money can buy them out of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But then
He-
doesn't it kind of show at the end that it kind of still does?
Well, I mean, kinda.
Because
Yeah,
he's
I mean-
basically in Club Fed.
When they went up to fucking early edition guy,
Earl Edition.
I
Continue.
just gonna hit you with first you don't record and now it's that. God damn it.
Who was Earl Edition?
Early edition.
No, I mean in this movie.
The FBI dude.
That guy is Earl Edition?
Oh god damn it.
Okay, because that guy was rad.
No,
he's in Grey's Anatomy.
the
Early edition.
dad from Super 8.
Earl Edition is in. He was the dad in Super 8?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, Ed's being Ed right now, and,
God.
and this is where I want Jason to slap him with his dick.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just calling him Earl Edition instead of saying the guy in Earl Edition.
Guys, I can't think of his name at the
I
moment.
don't know who that is.
And I was kind of looking at you, Ed, to correct me on
Oh,
the name.
I'm gonna look up early
We
edition.
never watched early edition.
Actually, I don't even need to look up early edition. I got the IMDb right fucking here.
You know, it's just like when they told him, "Oh, hey, he backed out of his thing with the the commissions," and it's just like
Kyle Chandler, Agent
Can I
Patrick
see his
Denham.
picture?
You absolutely can.
that you just see him. He's all like an angel's got his fucking wings, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's in
bust
Grey's
this
Anatomy.
dude.
Well, yeah.
Just like that one lady.
And like,
Yeah.
I think it was the last like 3/4 of the movie just dragged.
Because
Wait,
you knew that he
part
was going to come to a bad end, so you were just waiting for the inevitable.
Well, I didn't care that he came to a bad end or anything like that. It's just it was the same thing for like 2 hours.
I guess that's true.
At what point did it lose you?
A little bit after he got with Margot Robbie. Because, after he got with Margot Robbie, he was like fresh and everything with her. And then, then it was like watching Shame all over again. But like with Wall Street stuff.
Only they were brother and sister.
Yeah, and Wall Street stuff that wasn't good. If I wanted to watch good Wall Street stuff, I'll go watch Wall Street, where I can watch the Greed speech, and it was way fucking better than any speech he gave in the
Oliver
entire
Stone
thing.
defeats Marty Scorsese.
For me, this film is one of Scorsese's worst films,
Wow.
Whoa!
along with Age of Innocence and
New York?
I like that even. I actually like that more than this.
Kundun?
That's the one I was trying to think of. Those movies are bad, so bad. It's there with me, and like Jonah Hill the entire time. I
You
love
gonna
his
say that to
caterpillar
his
brows.
face?
Yeah, I will.
That's
this movie
sweet.
sucks, Scorsese. Dude, every time I see his eyebrows, all I can think of is he belongs in Dune.
Instead
In
of
the family
Kundun.
bear.
Yeah.
In Harkonnen.
I could appreciate the acting in the movie.
Yes.
Look at that punim.
But like Jonah Hill the entire time, I just wanted to like beat that motherfucker with a bat until he like stopped breathing.
Is it because you had to see his dong?
That was actually a prosthetic dong
Yeah,
that he
Tell,
used.
It's a
tell me
fake dong.
again
And, yeah, it
about
was a
how
fake
I
dong.
suck, Condi.
Yes, Martin?
Tell me again about what a shitty director I am.
Marty, you're a great director, and like every great director, you make shitty movies sometimes.
I've only made 1 million.
Shitty movies? Yeah,
No, movies total.
And for anybody, because you can't see this, he's got his like his Android tablet up with a picture of Martin Scorsese.
With his Marty Scorsese's mugshot.
Yeah, and he's talking to me through it. And I'm sorry, Marty, but
Okay.
I'm like I said, I'm gonna get panned because I
I
just
know.
did not
I'm
like
just
this movie.
kidding. I'm just kidding, dude. I mean,
No, I know.
he's
I
made-
like playing along with it. Don't
Well,
worry.
he's made. Let's see. How many director?
I mean, and
movies has he
there's
directed?
movies that he's made that I like that nobody else is gonna like. Like I loved Cape Fear, the remake Cape.
Oh, I did too. I thought
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
wonderful.
pretty-
I
that
thought
was
it was
good.
great, but I know tons of people that hate that movie.
Last
He's-
Temptation of Christ?
That's
I
also
thought
a good
that was
one.
good
That was
too.
also a very
Yeah,
good movie.
and that's a Criterion collection.
That
even though
is
it gets a bad rap.
that is
Yeah,
more
well, it was
panned
controversial.
than it is
Yeah.
well received.
64 films
Yeah.
Scorsese has directed.
And he's
So I guess
90% of those films are great.
Well, you know what? Actually, to kind of back you up a bit, ever since he's been in his DiCaprio is my muse phase, I have no reason to dislike DiCaprio, and I don't. But ever since he started that, I haven't seen any of his fucking movies. Like, I just don't. For some reason, like, I don't care. Even though for me, DiCaprio was fucking amazing in this. Like, but for some reason, like The Aviator, Gangs of New York, like the whatever the other ones.
The Departed. The
Yeah,
Departed was
yeah.
great. Gangs
That's
of New
what I
York
heard.
was like okay. Aviator was okay.
But I was like, which is I'm admitting my stupidness because obviously the dude's got real fucking
Well, no,
chops.
he finds his
but
pony
I'm
and
backing
he
you
rides
up
it
a
until
little
it's
bit, too.
dead.
Now he's with Andrew Garfield, the Spider-Man.
They're
dude.
lovers.
Yeah.
He's like the new muse.
He's been married enough times.
Oh, you mean Scorsese's new muse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's moved on, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Silence is the next film.
Do you have
Okay.
a breakup with DiCaprio?
Oh, well. I wonder if
Is it messy?
no,
Marty wasn't recycling enough
Leo.
for Cappy there.
Leah won't take it hard like Malcolm McDowell did with Kubrick.
I
Well,
mean,
you know, Leo, much like the Grimace, grabs you from behind and doesn't
let go. Yeah, especially in this film.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the James Bond nods in the movie.
Yeah, there was a couple of those. For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, what's her name from On Her Majesty's Secret Service?
Joanna Lumley.
Yeah, and then
His
they
reference to
sang
being a Bond
Goldfinger
villain.
in
Yeah.
that, and they had the original singer from that.
Yeah. No. That was Sharon Jones was the performer. Shirley Bassey did Goldfinger.
Oh.
But that was Sharon Jones of Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, which I thought was really
that's
cool
correct.
too. Because she's
But
so awesome.
this movie just I could not. I just
Couldn't wait for it to be over.
yeah, I needed
And
it
you
to be done.
and you had not seen it before,
I
but
had
you
not
were
seen
so
it.
okay.
I've had people tell me it was okay. I've had people tell me it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So everything I've heard, I didn't have the highest expectations. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a pretty good movie.
Sure.
I could not. I really wanted to. I wanted to like a lot of this movie, and I could not. I could not.
Just too much of the same shit.
It was the same shit. We wash, rinse, repeat, man.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. It's like get too wasted, go to work, give speech, like talk to wife.
Yeah,
Like-
bang hooker, all
Sure.
It was really funny, and it was good to see actors, doing things that you wouldn't normally see them do, like Ethan Suplee.
Yeah, there was a lot of reaction shots of him.
Yeah.
in this
I mean,
film.
and his fucking
He did
raper mustache.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did a lot of reacting, and he had the Larry Fine bald spot too.
And John Burtnell, Shane from The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, it was cool.
For me, he was the best thing in
He
that
was
fucking
fucking
movie.
awesome.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he was really rad. I was
Um,
like, dude, because considering, sort of between, you've got like all these big name people, and then like this dude that from this piece of shit TV show,
Yeah,
and then he's like totally rad.
And maybe more so the fact that he wasn't a broker or anything. He was the only one, besides like the wives, that was an outside entity to this whole shit.
Yeah,
And he was the best salesman out of all of them.
yeah.
Which was even funnier than the whole thing. And like the two of the things that bothered me the most the entire movie, one as a stark contrast to Zeb over there, who loved the soundtrack. I fucking hated the soundtrack.
Wow.
Which
It-
people won't know because that part of the podcast.
And that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I'm bringing this
gone.
part up.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cody.
We can have this conversation again. Yes, we were actually running
Where
ahead
it's
on
just
time.
all like, I mean, there were some songs like the Lemonheads remake of Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah,
that
I
was
thought
in a perfect
perfect.
spot. There was other things that were like perfect spots, and then there fucking Bleak 182 in like the worst spot ever in that
Wait,
whole fucking
Blink,
movie.
Blink was in
You
it.
mean the Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
Was it the
I
Foo
think you mean
Fighters?
the
Oh
Foo
yeah, the Foo when she's naked.
No.
Wait, isn't she naked when that song plays? Aren't they
No,
in
it's,
bed or
it's
laying
right after
down?
the yacht scene. Is that? Oh no, wait.
yacht scene.
Yacht scene.
But like the music was everywhere. You'd have
It
really
was.
good music, and then you'd have super shit music. And the other thing that really bothered me the entire fucking movie, and you couldn't get rid of it, was everybody's Just for Men hair and facial hair.
I thought that was great.
What, that it was super unnaturally dark for their entire body?
Those guys were hot.
I mean,
era that Just for Men came out.
I mean, banging them aside, I mean, John Burtnell's like goatee, how super fucking dark it was, dude. It's like he was taking pointers from everybody in the Just for Men
Wow.
commercials. Just brush that shit in. And every time Leo DiCaprio was sweating, I thought his hair was gonna leak on his face, man.
I did
Gradation
think,
formula.
I did think he
I
looked
think
a little
that-
brown.
Yeah.
Oh no, he got browner as the movie went on.
I noticed that too. He did.
That's why at one point you heard me comment. It's like, who's fucking darker, Marco Robbie
Yeah.
or Leo?
He got. I did notice that there was a slight
Dude, I will
browning.
kick you. I'll fucking
Well,
hurt
there
you.
Maybe that was on purpose,
Yeah,
like
the
because
I
as
thought
he
that was
got
all
richer,
The
part
more
of his
yachts.
character.
yeah, the more yachts, the more likely he would be to tan.
Browning.
No,
in the
I'm
sun.
not saying the
Or-
tan part because I could see that because I
Okay.
thought about that too.
Well, I would just
but
figure-
it's just like
Okay,
his
sure.
hair, how he's always trying to fix his hair that never fucking moved in the entire movie, not even when he's giving his speeches, and it's so goddamn. It is unnaturally dark, and the color is so unnatural. It just bothered the
This
shit
is a
out of me.
very interesting and specific
I mean,
criticism.
it's little things like that that can like either make a movie or ruin a movie for
Well,
not just
but,
me,
but
but
how do
for
you
a
know
lot of
that
people.
that's not on purpose, though? I mean, this is the 80s. It's like, like corporate America kind of run
they
amok.
would want to
and
be.
they're really putting on like this
They wanna look
professional
sharp.
kind of look.
But they're also supposed to be young, though. Would they really need to be Grecian formula?
Yeah, but
their
they're-
shit
I
up?
mean,
not all of them are young.
There's things that they could do that doesn't make it look so obvious, just incredibly obvious.
Well, like when I watch Lord of the Rings now, like in a high def transfer, you can see like the wig lines, and that kind of takes me out of it. I mean,
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at what they did with that piece of shit X-Men, the third one.
Last Stand.
Yeah, when
dare you speak
Magneto
of its
and
name.
Xavier are in there, and they use the computer generated.
Oh, it looks so awful.
I mean, that was awful, but it wasn't as bad as the hair coloring for me.
Wow. Very, very direct.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
like I said,
unique
I know I'm going to
criticism.
get panned by a lot of people for this, but
Well,
I just, I
hey.
could not. I mean, I can appreciate the movie, like I said, for there was good acting in it, and there was some good things to it. But I could not like it. I can appreciate it, but I can't like it.
I'm down. I know how that feels.
You made good points, that's for sure. But
I feel that way
you're
about
wrong.
I mean, it's not like me and Jason Land where I just hate him just to hate him. I
Well, I think he kind of engenders that.
he does.
I think he kind of inspires that within people. I think he kind of like once he sees the embers starting to glow, he kind of blows on them a bit. I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure there's like other things that I can think of about the movie that just bother the shit out of me, but it's the rinse repeat of the whole movie that it is.
I gotcha.
For you're watching 3 hours of like, 10-minute cutscenes of like, make money, do blow, fuck hookers, go home and
That
get
sounds like a pretty good mantra.
go home in the middle of the night, get yelled at for it in the morning,
I'd
and then
leave that
repeat
part
the
out.
whole thing, and then it's just a treadmill. The whole
Yeah,
movie's
sure.
a big old treadmill.
I could see. Yeah.
And it's like, I know that's kind of how the guy's life was, or at least to him, that's how it was. And even though I haven't read his book, but after a while, it's just all like, how is this an entertaining movie?
It definitely could have been, in theory, like cut down. Because like you have like how many speeches did he give? Like if you lost one speech, would you notice? Like like how many hookers were there? Like if they cut a couple hooker scenes, would you have noticed?
Yeah.
Like at the length, like and I'm not saying because like I said, the length doesn't bother me
Just
at all.
a few
but
trims. Here
I
and
could see.
there.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying that like I honestly, and I'm not complaining because like I
What
liked
if he
it,
took
but-
just like one
Well,
frame out of every second?
Well, I'm just saying that I could see it being like a 2-hour and 40-minute movie or something, and still delivered really.
Yes.
Sure, the goods.
Yeah.
yeah, and the original cut of this movie was 4 hours.
Yeah.
What?
That was
Or
long.
dongs.
Yeah, the extra hour was mostly male genitals. The
And-
gay,
well, and
the
lots
gay,
of fuck
gay
scenes.
orgy scene was that long.
It was real time.
It was
a real
another
time
hour,
gay
yeah.
orgy scene.
Yeah. All right, so Condi, what are you going to give this on 11 stars?
Because I can appreciate it, I will give it 3 stars. If I couldn't appreciate it, I'd give it I really want to give it 2.5. But since we don't do halves, I'm going to round up on this one because
be kind.
there are some things that I can appreciate about the movie, but just not being able to like it at all. Just 3.
Okay.
That's higher than I thought you'd do.
I might go back down to 2. I really might.
Right in that range.
Yeah, and like I said, to me, just from what I've seen of the other pictures, this was a very weak year for good pictures.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned earlier, I've now seen 3 of them, and I American Hustle I also saw, and I too remember feeling that one was, I was like, really, Best Picture, not that it's bad, but just that I don't know, it feels a little light or a little silly or something's not quite.
I thought it felt forced.
Maybe that's I don't know. I can't put my finger on
They were
exactly
trying to
what it is.
Scorsese.
Well,
I
yeah, I thought there was I don't know. There was a level of
When Oliver
phoniness
Stone already out Scorsese'd him.
or something. Yeah, it did, but I just felt like, really, Oscar? American Hustle, huh? I mean,
Well, yeah, and that's
okay.
just like the Why 12 Years a Slave one. It's just all we're sorry that we're white. You can win this Oscar,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay, so 2 to 3 range. Jury's still out a little bit. 3 if you're feeling generous when you
3 if
click.
I'm feeling good when I wake up
when
tomorrow.
when you click.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Dr. Mantless, tell us what you thought about The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wow, I'm gonna have to take this up a little, a notch or two. I mean, I got to rescue it from the absolute thrashing that it's
From the it's just undergone like a bit of a beating.
last review from Condi. Wow.
No, I knew what I was in for when it got to me.
Hey, honesty is the best policy, man.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. I like this movie. Just to start it off more at the back end of this conversation, as it were, so I could kind of refute some of these points that Condi brought up. First of all, like the recycling of scenes, it wasn't a problem for me at all because it just sort of like added to just sort of like this environment that they created for themselves. There's this other storyline. The plot is going elsewhere than just doing the drugs and banging the hookers. It's like that's kind of like the background noise, while there's this overarching thing of like the FBI guy pursuing him and there's it's just background, as I see it, it's the environment, and if you're focusing on that, then yes, it is recycled, but it's just painting a picture of the life that they lived.
Yeah,
so
which is rinse repeat.
He's focusing.
Their day-to-day lives, because I mean this is obviously over like a period of like 10 years or something, isn't it? No, 5. They said it was like 5 or 6.
Starts in 87, I think.
Okay.
No, I think wasn't it like 86? Because that's when the other big stock market crash was.
The first
started. Well, his
the
story,
first. I remember seeing 1987 on the screen.
Yeah, that's when his story
and the
started.
Music. I mean, they had, what was it? Was it CNC Music Factory or what was? Because that's like 91, so it was at least.
I just remember the scene from Family Matters with Urkel and the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
In fact, that's actually one of the 4 stars I gave it was for that scene.
And the because any movie with Reginald Vell Johnson.
Yeah, really, it's an extra star. Gets you a bump up 1 star.
Dude, it'd be 6 stars if it was Stefan.
Yeah, right. Oh, Stefan Urkel. Yeah, that's my dude. Talk about going to the bone zone.
Yeah, I mean, and as Matt was saying, it's just like the movie focuses more on their lives and the pursuance by the FBI and the Commissions Bureau or whoever they are.
The SEC.
They're super secondary to the whole thing. That's why you don't see Kyle Chandler a whole lot in the movie.
Okay.
He does disappear for a while.
Yeah, for a lot of the movie while he's trying to like hide his money. And I was thinking the entire time, I'm really sorry to interrupt, good doctor.
No, fine.
That a better movie to me for like the kind of thing that it is, like, and even though it's a drug movie, but it's still like an illegal and the FBI wants me kind of movie, would be American Gangster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Never saw it.
So let me ask you: did you see Blow?
I did see Blow.
What did you think of that one?
It was okay.
Okay, but sort of on the same level for the same reasons, maybe.
Yeah. Sort of the same thing.
Because I see a lot of similarities with both movies.
Yeah,
it's sort of like this, get rich quick scheme, and it just goes out of control. And
because that's what always
lives
happens with drugs.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah. And money, which I guess he makes the point
which
at the
is
beginning,
a drug, which is
it's his favorite.
He says it right at the beginning of the film.
And it just takes you for this roller coaster ride of like straight up and then like straight down.
Right.
None of these fucking people learned from the DeLorean.
One of you, but he was wrongfully accused. He was ruined because his reputation was ruined, but he wasn't guilty. I thought that's what I read.
No, he was guilty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He was like smuggling coke.
I just so wish
never
that when
mind.
Matt had asked him what he thought about the movie, he had said it didn't blow.
Which one of you clowns want to green this bowl? Okay, I'll do it.
Don't everybody jump at it.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay.
I was trying to. I always feel like trying to let other people
Okay,
go
so
first. I was being polite.
Continue.
Yeah, that's where I was like,
I was with Matt
okay,
to jump
all
right on
right,
the
the hair club for men. Come on.
Little nitpick.
You think that's a relatively
No.
minor complaint?
It may seem like a nitpicky thing, but it's something you have to look at the entire movie. You see
okay,
the
but
entire,
I think
the entirety of the movie.
I think you're taking it for like the wrong thing, because this is like, again, it's like I said, it's corporate America. These are like young go-getters. It's like okay, granted, they like
It's all about
most of
stroking their egos.
Most of their business is on phone, and they're not like face to face with their clients. But yeah, it's all about ego, exactly. And they're like, if there's something,
There's one
if there's a
gray
hair,
hair.
if there's a hair out of
Look
place,
at
they're gonna
Rugrat.
fucking fix it.
Look at Rugrat.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah, hideous fucking rug.
Right,
But he's not gonna stop wearing it.
that's it. To him, it's
So-
an improvement.
Yeah, but see, then you have in stark contrast Ian Suplee's character, who's got like
It's a different
the
character.
Larry Fine bald spot.
right, and like
Oh, that
you
silly
see
mustache, that
everybody
cookie
else in
duster
there,
mustache.
and besides John Burtnell, Leo, and not even Jonah Hill, just those two, and of course you see Leo all the time, and I understand he's the main character and he's got possibly keep up appearances. But there are better ways.
Okay,
to
all
have it
right.
done.
Well, look. Let's not split hairs. Let's not split hairs on this. So we'll just register that for you in the context of the entire film, that's a relatively minor complaint,
Well, not just
and not even a complaint really
not-
for you.
Not even. Well, no, not a complaint, but not. I wouldn't say that it's like a mistake. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
You see it as
so
like an intentional thing.
Yeah, because all right.
As
like,
an affectation of the characters.
Exactly. Okay, like Michael J. Fox's character in Family Ties. Right.
APK.
Yeah.
Alex P. Keaton.
Yes.
Right.
It's like same sort of thing. Like the young Republicans.
Right.
Just like after the money, and his hair is like all perfectly combed.
And he's got like the
at all
monogram
times.
sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like lounging around.
No, I hear you.
In a
Well,
full three-piece suit.
and that's the great thing about art is that like Scorsese's intention almost doesn't even matter. You read it as that, so that's totally valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost not like Schrodinger's cat, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
you, like it exists in that reality. Like that's what's
Yeah,
up, even
yeah.
if that wasn't what they intended. So, I totally get that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, enough of the rebuttal. But I mean, I
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, it definitely is a roller coaster ride, and just great acting jobs. I think. Jonah Hill is just amazing in this movie. Also, Leo Cap.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
John A. Hill's really got some chops, dude.
Yeah,
It's really pretty.
it's kind of funny how he started off with like on the same level as like what was kind of like the group of people that he.
Well, he's with the
started-
like the Judd
Seth
Apatow.
Rogen,
Yeah,
James
so-
Franco.
That's whom
Well,
I'm thinking
and
of, but, like,
him and DiCaprio both started on sitcoms because DiCaprio was on Growing Pains and John A. Hill was on not Freaks and Geeks. Wasn't he on Undeclared
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
I
know
never
it was
saw
on
that.
TV.
or something? He's on one of them, I think. Maybe it was Freaks and Geeks. I don't
No,
know.
No, it
I don't
wasn't
think
Freaks
he's
and
in
Geeks.
that.
Wasn't it? Oh, maybe I got that shit wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm slandering now.
But anyways, this is
Yes.
like between I guess his performance and Moneyball, I think.
Yeah,
And then-
Moneyball was awesome.
Yeah.
And then this, it's just like he's totally just rocket shipped away
Yeah.
from that initial kind of group. But yeah, just amazing role, and he just pulled it off like really good, in my opinion. And then Leonardo DiCaprio also just a brilliant job. And yeah, just kind of like the overall message. I felt like it was sort of a very similar kind of movie, just in its structure to Blow.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just like where he ended up at the end. It's like he didn't end up with like brain damage in prison. At least it didn't show that part.
Right.
But he's just like everything got taken away from him, and now he's doing like speaking tours.
Right.
It's sort of like start from humble beginnings, and then you're like get exposed to like this crazy world.
He's kind of like total full circle.
Yeah,
Right.
And that was
then,
like, like my thing. Like he didn't come to a bad end exactly, but that he's never going to be back up. To
It
that
was
level that he
almost like
was
a
before.
Clockwork
Yeah.
Orange
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like
in a way.
I mean, he doesn't completely lose, but he definitely doesn't come out. He's peaked for sure,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then he's not going to back up on top of that mountain ever again.
right.
So,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
all right. What's the rank? What's the rating?
Between a 4 and a 5. I'll decide tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it might be 5 worthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Although I feel like I've been giving those out like a little bit too often.
2,
lately.
you've been So you want to
Don't
scale
take
back
that out on my movie.
Yeah, definitely.
You're passing them out like M&Ms at Halloween.
Yeah.
You only got so many.
It's like a lewd for him.
Yeah, lewds. Man, way to try to repopularize the lewd. Like
Well,
Yeah.
what he said is
Lewds,
true that you
that's
can't
totally
get them.
dated.
You can't get them anymore.
Yeah, no shit.
But they just don't exist.
All right, well, I guess that brings it to me to wrap it up about the Wolf of Wall Street. So, yeah, I pretty much really enjoyed this film quite a bit. Sorry, Condi.
No,
I'm in the opposite camp. I do totally. I don't know about the just for men shit, but I get the whole sort of wash, rinse, repeat aspect of it. But I mean, for me, it was exciting and entertaining enough that the sort of roteness or mundaneness of the action in the film didn't really bug me at all. It was surprisingly funny. In fact, IMDb actually calls it a black comedy, which is really interesting for me because I'm trying to think when the last time Scorsese made a comedy. It's got to be like After Hours or King of Comedy or something, right? I mean, he doesn't do...
I would think, yeah, probably.
He typically does, more serious stuff, and it was... I mean, it's funny because I'm pretty desensitized to stuff, so obviously, like, all the drugs and nudity didn't shock me in any way. So I guess I kind of take for granted how, like, shocking this film could be to people in terms of that stuff. And I guess that, because it was independently financed and stuff, they didn't have to worry about the rating or whatnot. But it's pretty frank. There are just a couple of notes about it. Most of this from IMDb trivia. I guess a majority of the film was ad-libbed, which actually...
I could see that in Matthew McConaughey's part.
Oh, yeah. And I just want to mention, like, dude, I totally...
And he was awesome.
I totally want to work for him. Was he not...
What an awesome boss,
Was he not
right?
the raddest boss, like, ever? And for me, like, McConaughey really, like, I'm not, like, in the haters club. Like, honestly, he hasn't... Other than Dazed and Confused, this early work hasn't really done anything for me. But between this and Dallas Buyers Club and presumably Interstellar, which I haven't seen...
True Detective.
Yeah, I heard he's really cool. He's good. He seems really awesome. Also, let's see. I did notice a couple of weird edits that I was like, that was kind of sloppy, but I guess those were intentional because of the level of like drug use. Like Scorsese was trying to keep things kind of disjointed in parts. So I guess that explained that because I was a couple times I was like that was particularly there was one on one of the boat scenes there was an edit that caught my eye that seemed really rough and I was like it seemed really unpolished for a film that cost as much money as this must have
right.
for a guy as venerated as Scorsese. I was like that's like, but I guess that shit was intentional. I guess the Steve Madden speech. I guess Spielberg was on set, and he actually co-directed that scene, interestingly enough.
Oh, that's cool.
And gave Scorsese some tips on camera angles and that kind of stuff, and co-directed, which I thought was pretty neato. It was the first Scorsese film to feature iPhone footage. There was a close-up of the fasten your seatbelt sign on the airplane that actually was taken by one of the guys that worked on the film with his iPhone to use as like a reference footage, and Scorsese was like, "Well, fuck it, let's just use that." This film, I believe, currently holds the record for the most use of the word "fuck," 569 times.
Damn.
I'm sure its excessive running time, and I'm kidding about it being excessive, but the lengthy running time, I'm sure, helped aid this film in becoming number one at that.
They should measure it in fuck densities.
Yeah, right. They should, dude. You should get somebody at the lab on that.
Yeah,
I'll figure that out.
Calling some favors.
It was interesting because there was 3 different directors actually in this film. John Favreau, Rob Reiner, and Spike Jonze actually was in it too. Who I didn't notice. Yeah.
What part?
Who was he?
The penny stock guy.
The boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the guy who wanted to give him the blowjob?
Yeah.
Oh,
no
okay,
way.
That's awesome. Okay. Totally, yeah,
Of course.
and Rob Reiner, and Jon Favreau too, playing that one dude was pretty cool. It's Martin Scorsese's longest film and his 5th collaboration with Leo DiCaprio. So the things that stood out to me about this film, firstly, I gotta say the acting, the cast was fucking awesome. Rob Reiner was the shit. As this Mad Max character, he was fucking totally awesome. Leonardo DiCaprio, like, it's his fucking movie. I mean, everybody else truly is a supporting character, and between his inner monologue, the narration that we hear, and like his speeches and all that, like it's a 3-hour, DiCaprio show.
AKA Zach Morris.
Well, yeah. So that was kind of impressive because it is a long film and it's a meaty role. I mean, he's yelling at the top of his lungs. He's getting worked up. You know what I mean? He's beating his chest. It was quite a performance. Also, what's his name? Barenthal or whatever, that guy.
Yeah.
We talked about. He was totally rad. John A. Hill was totally rad. And to go back to what you said, I actually thought, like, even in like Superbad, I thought he's really pretty good. Like, it's easy to dismiss Superbad because it's kind of easy to say it's just a comedy, and I'm not trying to like make it out to be something more than it is. But I think that part of why Superbad was super successful, because I think there was like an earnestness to the characters, a believability, and I think even in something like that, while not maybe having as much screen to chew, I think John A. Hill really showed his chops, even as far back as that. Like, it's that far back, but it's just cool to see that he's doing like good work, because he can obviously do it.
Definitely, yeah. I actually forgot
and you got that
movie.
sweet Steve Buscemi cameo.
Yeah, right, on the TV. One thing I do want to point out, for me, the best part of the entire film was the yacht scene in between DiCaprio and the FBI guy.
Kyle
Yeah.
Chandler, yeah.
For me, that scene was just a masterclass, and that's how you do it, son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't help but think of the scene between Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken in True Romance.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean,
it's like two heavyweights staring each other down, like trying to kind of like feel each other out.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And it's just played so well between them, just the way it's shot and their interaction and the acting job that... Like, because that FBI dude, like, the whole time, like, he's keeping his fucking cards, like, so close to the vest.
Yeah.
Like, until, like, right at the end when he fucking, like, slaps you in the face with them. And I just, it was, I mean, obviously, it was different than the scene in True Romance, but it was just, like, perfect filmmaking, having just a conversation between two guys. And a conversation that means something. And I was like, dude, like, that scene was just so rad for me. It was just so awesome. Like, that was the point in the movie where I'm like, okay, you know what, dude? Like, really, this fucking film is like a cut above, and like in this, and it's not a flashy scene. You know what I mean? It's not one of these over the top scenes where he's trying to get in, open the fucking door to the fucking Guinea with his fucking foot because he's in the cerebral palsy stage. You know what I mean? It's a scale back. It's a subdued scene, but it just really is. Fucking fireworks are going off.
And if I remember that scene right, it's a little bit of like foreshadowing, quote unquote. I mean, you already know he's gonna lose.
You know he's gonna go down, but it's like it hammers it home a little bit, makes it a little more real.
But if you remember in the beginning when he's trying to teach those assholes how to sell to big time people, when he's got the guy on the phone and he's all like after the pause and he's all like the first one to talk loses, and he was the first one to talk.
Yeah.
After that, so he loses.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, that's right. Because he says that like right in the beginning.
Yeah, when he's
the
giving them the script.
Absolutely,
and everything. Yeah.
absolutely. See, that's what I mean. Fucking just flawless fucking filmmaking, just like so on the ball shit.
Yeah, and that's part of what I can appreciate about the movie.
Totally. So I did want to call that scene out in particular because I thought it was just totally super fucking wonderful. The soundtrack, obviously, And it's a matter of taste, but the soundtrack I thought was pretty fucking spot on.
I forgot to mention that when I was doing my bit.
You were
I was gonna bring up the soundtrack. It's really good.
Yeah. I thought
it totally doesn't bother me that there's like more contemporary stuff.
Yeah, the anachronistic stuff doesn't.
No.
It's
no,
not
the
a way
Foo Fighters,
that feels
I actually
forced.
didn't even think that was like that big of a thing.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. I thought it was, and also too, because I know Scorsese is a music fan, but to be so sort of. Because he's an older dude, you know what I mean? But he's clearly, like, still in touch with, like, all kinds of different stuff because he knew exactly, like, what to pick, and there was some more modern stuff in there. So I thought that was really fucking cool. It totally...
And good period stuff, too.
Yeah, as well. It totally reminded me of Goodfellas. It was exactly like Goodfellas in terms of the way Henry Hill... You know what I mean? It doesn't show like the whole kind of life like Hank Hill in Goodfellas, but the whole narrative, the narration, the narrator aspect of it, and the way just kind of it starts and the way it's kind of edited. It was like he went back to Goodfellas and kind of like was sort of like, maybe editing or directing like out of that book. And so it almost felt like it could be part of some kind of like trilogy. Sort of like not like a linear trilogy, but more like Park Chan-wook's like Revenge trilogy, the Vengeance films, and Old Boy, in that like different stories, but sort of on a similar thing. It also reminded me at times of Glengarry Glen Ross and Fight Club, how sort of Glengarry Glen Ross, the tough talking dudes, and Fight Club, just sort of because he's really a cult of personality, and it's kind of in a way it's about how like charismatic men can make other men do wrong stuff and want to do wrong stuff, kind of. So it was sort of like, because like in Fight Club, he starts this thing and then it gets out of control and he can't kind of stop it, but because people really buy this shit that he's selling so well, I didn't quite get the legal aspect of it because I don't know about stocks and shit. So they're like securities fraud. I'm like, cool, whatever. Like at several points in the movie, because I'm a dumbass about that stuff, I said, so I don't even know why he's going to jail. I thought there was an implication one time that he was financing selling drugs and profiting directly from that. But then I wasn't sure if that's what I heard correctly. But I don't know what's illegal about this stuff, so I didn't know what he was going to jail for.
Well,
he had all those bank accounts.
Well, that I get, like trying to keep it. Well, but I thought that was just so the feds can't like seize it.
Yeah, the part of what he was going to jail for is like the shoe guy thing, where he's talking about it. Is what happens is like as it is, he's pretty much bought up like 85% of that guy's company. And
then
so
he turns around and sells stock in his own company.
But he starts the stock off, and he's pushing the price higher and higher, and then he's making the money off of that even more.
He's like creating something.
Where he is not supposed to be owning any of the company, but that's where he had like the rat holes, like take care of it all for him. He was doing shit like that.
And that's illegal.
That's illegal.
Okay.
That's kind of akin to like insider trading because. That the price is going to go up. It's going to do this, and like what
you're like manipulating the market, basically.
Right? And like putting duress on people that were buying even like the penny stocks off the pink sheets.
Right.
You can't. Those forceful tactics were against the law.
Were you mean their sales tactics where they would just try to like really like relentlessly?
Yeah, and that's why a lot of that stuff, that they were literally pushing the price on things because of what they wanted to do that they knew would make them money. And that's why in the court scene they talked about the millions that they had confiscated to give as restitution.
They were like those operators that NPR guy put that article, those Comcast operators or whatever. That guy tried to cancel his service and like couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, yeah. So, but it was funny because I also didn't care. You know what I mean? Like I knew he was doing bad stuff and that's where he was headed, especially with the drugs and like because that that's going to spiral out of control. That's what he's showing you from the fucking very get go. But I didn't know, but it didn't bother me. It's like when I watched Margin Call, like I kind of didn't get it because I don't get that whole shit, but like it was still fucking rad. Yeah, so I thought the end, too, was kind of like Johnny Dangerously, like where he's like, oh, crime doesn't pay, kids, and he gets into a fucking limo with his fucking hot-ass girlfriend, and his driver drives him away. because I kind of thought that's what it showed at the end. He was like in Club Fed, so I kind of was questioning like the moral because obviously the moral was pretty clear in Goodfellas with drugs. You know what I mean? Like it brought him down pretty hard, but I thought it was a little more ambiguous in this. So yeah, so I think I'm definitely giving this movie 4 stars, maybe 5. I don't know. I thought it was pretty fucking rad, pretty rad. So I guess the question is, then, to close this thing out tonight, did Oscar blow it? Was The Wolf of Wall Street a better film, or did it deserve to win more than 12 Years a Slave, which we probably haven't most of us seen?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen. Okay, are we?
Oh, yeah. We'll just go around. We'll just go around.
Okay.
Did Oscar blow it? Should this have beat 12 Years a Slave?
Yes.
John?
I didn't see 12 Years a Slave, but I'm thinking probably yes.
Same here, exactly.
I didn't see 12 Years a Slave, but having seen Her, I'd rather see Her than 12 Years a Slave win, and Her win above this movie as well.
Okay.
I have not seen 12 Years a Slave, so
Right.
I can't speak on that, but I can see it being more of like a political thing of its win.
Yeah. I mean, without seeing it, it's tough to say for sure, but I could definitely see that being a part of it.
Yeah, it might be good for all I know. But,
Sure.
What else was it up against?
Her, Nebraska,
Dallas Buyers
American
Club.
Hustle.
Dallas
right.
Buyers Club, American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Gravity,
Blah.
and Philomena.
I can't say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say if Oscar blew it because I've only seen about half of those.
Yeah.
So
For me, it's also tough to say without having seen 12 Years a Slave. I know, like I said, I saw American Hustle, and it definitely smokes that. But Dallas Buyers Club was really fucking good. I haven't seen the others, so I don't know. But The Wolf of Wall Street was really good too.
Yeah.
But Dallas Buyers Club has that like social impact kind of angle to it too, where it, you know what I mean, where it's looking at like a serious thing in real life in a serious way, and it was exceptional. So it's tough to say. I don't know.
Gravity pretty much sucked.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was no good.
But I can't say for sure because Dallas Buyers Club is out there, and I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave.
Wasn't Matthew McConaughey in that too?
Yes, no.
No.
Oh, that was George Clooney.
Yeah, but McConaughey was in Dallas Buyers Club.
George
Yeah.
Clooney.
When she was, I don't know what George Clooney looks like. All right, so that's going to wrap it up then for this edition on this very lengthy Saturday.
finally.
Apologies, but I mean, on the plus side, guys, we won't have to do another thing like this. In fact, the next time we have to do a double one to wrap this up and start the next session, the next round, more than likely we won't be on a 3-hour film.
And it's going to be a while,
True.
too, because we're not going to do this, for Comic-Con week as well.
Yeah, that too. And also, now that we've done this, we'll call like a super limit on trailers.
Yeah, that too, because
Yeah.
it's like a million.
Because we did like a
trailers.
half hour.
Well, it's really weird because, like, next week, even without that, I don't think anybody would show, like, any trailers. Like, for, like, 2 weeks, we don't show any trailers, and then 1 week we...
everything
And,
tonight.
of course, we had to pick, like, the 3-hour movie day to show
all the trailers. Yeah, no shit. So all right. So that'll wrap it up. Well, we'll see you next time with We Don't Know What Yet. So going around clockwise, starting with me, I'm Ed.
I'm Zeb.
I'm John.
Kenzie.
I'm Condi.
I'm Matt.
And this has been Las Películas Sábados Gigantes, the Cinema Marijuana Theater, reviewing The Wolf of Wall Street. We'll be back next time with more You Blew It, Oscar. Thank you for listening.